What's up, YouTube, and welcome back to KangBrosTV, another season, and we're back from a nice little break. And boy, another European trophy, cuz?
Bruv.
Jeez, Super Cup, yeah? Just add it to the list, bro. Just add it to the goddamn list.
We're back. It's so good to come, just to put it to rest, just to say, listen, trophy, we have a trophy. And I know people turn around and say, yeah, it's not even that big a trophy. Listen, it's a trophy, it's a Super Cup. As far as I'm concerned, it's a European trophy and it's ticked off before the season's really got underway. So it kind of puts nerves to one side. Obviously, losing the Community Shield is not nice. And it would have been poor to lose 2 on penalties, I guess. But good start.
For me, it's all about collecting, bro. Go and collect those trophies. That's all it's about now. So even though, like you said, the Charity Shield and the Super Cup, these are just trophies to be won. Just get into that routine of winning. That's it, winning. You saw Klopp. Klopp went running to Adrian.
Yeah. But that's like you say, it's a habit. Winning's a habit. If you look at if Liverpool and as we had lost in the final before, when you don't win, everyone's like, winning games is a habit and all that sort of stuff. And again, Spurs in the final of Champions League, yeah, good because we won it, but they didn't know how to deal with that occasion. And I just think it's nice to sort of, to put this one side. And on the flip side, if Chelsea had won that would have ignited their season, as far as I'm concerned. Because I thought they played well. I thought they played really well.
They did. Enough respect to Chelsea, because I thought, after they got thrashed, bruv, by Man United, the United fans as well, they were waiting for Liverpool to lose that game with their memes and that ready, bruv, to get us set out those memes, bro. But I was impressed by Chelsea. I thought, after the first game, I thought, they're dead.
Don't get me wrong. I thought Liverpool had a chance to put that game to sleep. Yeah. I'm not saying that, Liverpool played... It's not like Liverpool were poor. I thought Liverpool played quite well. I think they could have been better. There was a real pre-season feel to the game. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of stoppy passes. There's times, when they're just like... Obviously, I get the weather and the heat and stuff, but I'm watching the game and thinking, what is going on here?
Now, the heat was mad, apparently. The heat was mad in there. You could see it.
Yeah.
Like you said, there's a pre-season feel to it. These guys have had their pre-seasons. They've had the first game of the season. And you could straight away tell, I think it was when the substitutions were happening, that something weren't quite right.
And you could tell the subs, innit? Me!
I'm ready to come off now. Do you know what I mean? But, the thing is, this is right. If Liverpool didn't go and win that, I was actually thinking to myself, this game is not doing us any favours right now. I was thinking in my head, if we lose this game, there's injuries galore, there's tiredness, there's going to be mad fatigue going into the weekend. And then, obviously, it's all worthwhile, like you said, because morale changes everything. You see people in the changing rooms taking pictures, taking snaps, they're loving it.
And then if you look at, on the other hand, Chelsea would be flat. They'll be like...
Go to Istanbul, bro.
Gone to Istanbul. We've ran ourselves into the ground. And the only thing I would say is from a football fan's perspective, looking at Chelsea's team, they started with pretty much their strongest side out, I believe. That was their strongest side.
But they didn't mess around this time, bro.
Yeah.
In the first game against Man United, there was no Kante. I was like, what?
Yeah.
No Kante. Kante today, bro. Oh my good lord.
Bruv, when he put that Megs on, when he laid the smackdown on Millie, bruv, it was just like Messi all over again. That meme, again, ain't lived that down since the Man City days when he got megged, and that was just Mazza. But
no, he's got that AF endurance, bruv. He can run for days.
Bruv, and the joke is, he not only can he run for days. People go on like he's a runner, but he's got quality on the ball, bruv. It's not a joke. He's not a joke player.
He's not just one of those guys that just battles and knocks people out. Not at all, bruv. He's got quality.
But
by far, Kante was the best player for me on the whole pitch and the whole fixture. And even though Liverpool won, for me, Kante was... I don't know if you had a better player in that... I think you had a better game.
Yeah, I thought Mane was...
decent, but not Kante level, bro.
I thought, I'll be honest. When Mane got... And when Bobby came on today...
Oh.
Bobby was on a Mazzarini today, bruv. Sorry.
The difference was straight away. And I'm glad it happened at half-time as well. Sometimes managers wait. No, not even. It was enough to be in the scene.
Yeah, enough is enough.
For me to just flip things around straight away, and you can see the quality.
I'm going to put it out there now. We over the last few years, I said to you before, didn't I? Last season that Mane was going to have a good season, and he did. I said that to you. The season that Salah was at, this season is Bobby's season. I'm telling you, the way he's come back from the Copa America, and just the way that swag that he's got at the moment. Just that, but this should be the season that he ties up himself and moves to Barcelona. I'm telling you, Suarez is going to finish up and they're going to be like, right, who's next on the chain, bruv? Because the way he's moving at the moment is actually mad. The touches, that confidence, that arrogance that he's got now. But it's not even arrogance, it's that confidence to say, no, I'm bits.
Yeah,
I'm going to get bits done. That's what it looks like he's doing. But
it's even his directness. Like, as soon as he got the ball straight, looking to attack the Chelsea defence and break those lines. And that's what was missing in the first half. Like, I'm sorry, but I didn't hear Ox's name really at all in the first half. I want Ox to do well and all this kind of stuff, but I didn't hear his name. Yeah. So I was glad to see Bobby come on and change things around. And he literally just changed the whole game in his head.
I thought he was, for me, he was different class.
Yeah.
Different class. It makes a difference when Alisson isn't playing. I know Adrian's come on and saved the penalty, which is great, which is brilliant.
I made some good saves too.
Yeah, and he did make some good saves, but equally, there were certain things that you look at and you think, I just think Alisson gives us that more reassurance with the ball at his feet, and even just, some of the shot stopping, it fumbles out. I don't know. I just always feel a lot more comfortable when Alisson is playing. But fair play to Matey to come in and to save the penalty and whatever. What was your thoughts on the penalty in the game?
That's not a pen.
That's what I'm saying. For me, it's not a penalty.
The VAR is there to set this out. There's no
clangers.
Yeah, exactly. You know exactly what's happened here, and I don't get it. How did they not see that's not a foul?
I think I was listening to it. They were saying something about Well, the VAR don't have the camera shots that BT would have had.
What?
Why? What is this?
Makes no sense.
Stupid. But like I said, if that's what we're dealing with for VAR, then leave it. Then just leave it. You might as well just say in the stadium, listen, or on the tunnel, listen. Anyone with their camera phones out who take that minute, we might just use your phone because there's a better angle than what VAR's got. It's pointless. It's Mickey Mouse then, isn't it? There's no point. So if that's what it's going to be, then just fuck it off.
So, I agree with you. Justice was served anyway. I don't think it was a foul. He tapped me around, looked for the foul, and Liverpool won the game. Justice was served. And like Klopp said, you don't really give a shit about the penalty anymore. It's something that was a talking point before, but it isn't anymore. The other thing, you talk about refs, all females, the ref in the game. I have no issues at all whatsoever.
And to be fair, she was on job as well. The thing is, I was listening to Talk Sport, and the geezer someone came on and he goes, I'm not saying this in a sexist way. He goes, so I don't want people to take this the wrong way, because you know how they can, on Talk Sport, they go in on people. He goes, it looks as though that men, when the decisions were made, that they, out of respect, they don't go hard. You know, when it's a man, they go hard at him, innit? And it's like cussing him, you fucking this, da, da, da. When it's a chick, you have just that level of respect, you don't do it.
Yeah.
So I almost think that, you know what, it could work.
It could. There's some players that totally forgot there was a woman referee. Like, they got them. Hey, okay, is that you going with? Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, cool. I saw that. They weren't actually being as aggy as normal, bro.
So it might be, and to be fair, I thought she was on job. I thought she did a good job. I thought, the way she reffed the game was actually quite good. So I'm happy, because if that's going to work, then obviously the referees need to be at a good standard, which she was, and it looked like there was a level of respect there, which it was good. It was quite refreshing to see.
Another talking point was extra time, bro. Is extra time really needed for Super Cup? And at this stage of the season, for me, no. I was pissed. I wanted the penalties to come early doors. Do you reckon it should be changed? I think it should be changed.
I think, yeah.
Come on, man.
I mean, you did get 2 goals in that time. So, I don't know.
Well, you also got Fabinho getting fucking carried off and he still took the penalty.
Yeah. It was a sick penalty as well.
My G.
Yeah. I can't see... If you've had 90 minutes... then I don't understand what the extra, the whole concept of extra time. You might as well just fuck it off and get the penalties and get the game done, because people are worried about the season. They're worried about the weekend coming up. Liverpool got a dodgy game on Saturday on the weekend, and it's just going to be could have done without the extra time. But listen, some competitions have it, some don't. So we'll see.
Talk to me about Mane's second goal. Surely that goal deserved that. I wanted that to be the winning goal, to be fair, but Mane is on the job once again with the goals, but that finish was mad.
I think the one thing that people are glossing over a little bit is that Liverpool came up short last year in the league. And this is the biggest thing that frustrates me and worries me for the season. We came up short last year. We're up against a team that won the league. They did a miracle. What they done to rack up that many points was unbelievable. But they were better than us, and they've strengthened. We haven't strengthened. We haven't added quality to the squad, because we still come up short, yet we haven't made any changes to get better. So that's my only concern at the moment. I know it's a slightly different thing off a tangent on the game today, which is great, but we haven't strengthened. We've actually got Lovren's on his way out. Mignolet's gone. 2 players that I can live with him not being there. I can live with that. But they did give us that cover in those positions that we needed. We've had injuries already, and we're looking light. Gomez has got a bad record of injury. Matip's not been brilliant with injury.
Matip tonight as well. Forget about it.
He was miles off it. Miles off it.
I don't know what he was doing.
The decision making. Oh, don't get me wrong. Obviously, we weren't there, so we weren't playing the heat, the weather, whatever. Just looked off it.
Matip's radar was off.
Radar was off. His just decision making was off. His distribution was off.
Because normally when it comes to him running out with the ball, he's okay. He can find that pass. But he's just giving him the ball.
So that's what worries me. I just think that we were like last year and we didn't win it, and we're weaker this year as far as I'm concerned. We've got a good starting 11. We've got the bench is okay, but I don't think we've got good depth to what we can bring in. So that's the only thing that worries me. What are your thoughts?
I'm not as worried as you, I would say. I wouldn't say I'm as worried as you. I think when the whole Norwich game, people were trying to pick out flaws like, Liverpool's defence wasn't that good. We won 4-1. I don't know if Liverpool fans know, but normally the first game of the seasons we're cack. If you go back into records, right? The first game of the season, Liverpool are normally shit, and not just even Liverpool. The first games are normally a bit slow, a bit off. So for me, we won 4-1, took the 3 points. We created loads of chances. Yes, Liverpool could have worked on the defence a bit better, but it's in the first game of the season, right? And now even this Super Cup, we were getting opened up again by Chelsea. So
carved open. There was too much space in the middle of that pitch for me.
So it is a talking point. But at this stage, as long as you're getting the job done, I'm okay. I'm not so worried. And I think the thing that I am worried about is that these whole Ox's new signing, Naby Keita is basically like a new signing. No, they're not.
They're not new signings, bro.
Let's not stop trying to kid people here. Do you know what I mean? They're not new signings. So I am disappointed that we didn't buy anybody in the transfer window. But as always, I do trust Klopp, and I do believe that he's got something up his sleeve, and it's the reason why we haven't bought anyone.
The window's closed, player. I don't know what sleeve you're talking about.
But the sleeve's gonna be opened slowly, innit, cuz? Slowly.
Well,
but that's what I'm saying. I trust Klopp. I don't think Klopp's that stupid, but to say, you know what?
Yeah. Well, anyway, listen. It was who's for you man of the match? Liverpool man of the match.
As you said, man, Bobby came on and just turned the game on his head. You know what? In terms of Chelsea, though, I actually liked the look of Pulisic. He looked decent, bro.
He did look good.
And that youngster for Chelsea,
Mount.
Oof. Wow, to come on and take that penalty as well.
Yeah, no, but he was doing bits last year for Derby, so fair play. And as I said, from a Chelsea perspective, listen, I can imagine it was all doom and gloom after getting thumped 4-0 from United. But I guess from their perspective, you'd be happy, wouldn't you? You'll be content. Don't get me wrong, 2 defeats that's the bottom line, but that's not always how it is. You look at it a bit more and say, right, okay, do you know what? Actually, there is something to work with. Yeah, they look a bit vulnerable at times, but Lampard's got them playing a certain way, and he wants to go by his principles. So fair play, stick to it. They don't look like a bad side. So see how they end up.
So next game is Southampton on Saturday, I believe. So it's a 3:00 kickoff. So they ain't got that much rest, to be fair.
Yeah, get them back, get them rested up.
What do you reckon? That's at St Mary's as well.
Yeah, this is a tough game because that manager has got them on job as well. But they got tucked in first game. They got tucked. Yeah, and you know that they'll be getting put for their paces. So it's not the game, especially if they're going to play that similar style football as Liverpool, which is high press, high intensity. Probably not the game you want after a bit of a grueling game like they've just had. But listen, as you say, they're riding a wave. Hopefully, we go there and get the job done.
Mm-hmm. So until then, don't forget to share, like, and subscribe, and comment, and we'll see you in the next one.
Peace.